Tekken has always been referred to as a legacy game, a game that favors those with experience over many years. However, with a new installment in the franchise with Tekken 8, it has allowed opportunity for some of the new names to rise up. One of those new names is Z1sis, a player who, despite only playing fighting games for a year, has amassed an amazing amount of brilliant results and has distinguished himself as a player with one of the most creative pressure-based playstyles in the scene. Heading into the next Cryptic Iron Fist, let's see what Z1sis is thinking as he aims to reach the top of the Tekken Summit. So, Z1sis, you're a completely newer player to the scene, and despite only playing fighting games for a year, you've had amazing results. What are you doing in terms of training and improvements to have such a massive explosion of growth in such a short time?
First of all, by the time I started Taken, I was always into finding the better players that possibly I could
Mm,
and playing sessions with them. The good thing is that here in Greece you have a plethora of players to play with and learn the game with. And after that, I learned the game with them, playing a lot of sessions and a lot of hours with them. I was able to compete with the better players. Also, the thing that helped me a lot is that I played a lot of ranked because here in my country there aren't a lot of events, and if you want to play with the better best players in the world or in Europe, let's say, because I play ranked in Europe one, you have to move on in ranks so you can compete with them.
So, as a newer player, you've probably heard that Tekken is like a legacy game that favors players with
Yeah.
experience. Do you think you
Yes.
somehow have an edge over them despite being a bit newer? And what do you think the biggest playstyle difference is between you and some of those legacy players?
First of all, I think a major factor that I have having that good results against those legacy players is first of all, I'm not scared of them.
Mm,
And as I told Tibetano when we played at Evo, if I know your matchup, I'm whoever player you are in this world, I'm definitely gonna give you a hard time. I ain't afraid, first of all, because if you're afraid before going into a match against a guy like Tetsu, a guy like Kane Trench and Tibetano, you're definitely going to lose.
y-
So what's the point?
yeah,
Don't even play if you have this loser's mentality. You
for
have to
sure.
think like I'm gonna definitely beat him up. I'm gonna give him the hardest time possible.
Just as an aside, loads of people love your style of play. It's some of the most creative pressure we've seen in Tekken 8, and it's amazing to watch.
Yeah.
Is your playstyle a result of just doing what you feel would be right in the moment and learning through natural gameplay? Or is it the result of like hours of dedicated labbing in order to find coverage options for the things people tend to do?
The thing, if we talk about online tournaments, I feel like it's about what comes to my mind about this time.
Mm,
Because if I have a time and know my opponents, I'm definitely going to read them. For example, let's just give you an example that in Neva I played against Richie, I beat him. I had time to practice and read him up. Spent hours and hours and hours to see what the offense pattern he uses, what flows he has, and all this kind of stuff. In online tournaments, you don't have this much time. Although, because of the ranked experience, you definitely know some of the things that are about to come. Because, for example, let's just say I know Tibetano plays a fast-paced play style because of the ranked experience that I had with him.
So,
Yes,
speaking of Tibetano and multiple other strong players, you have a lot of strong victories in the past against those well established players. Do you think you could
yes.
beat anyone given the day, or is there a lot more work for you to do still?
Look, first of all, I have to say that I'm not in the level that I'm going to be in for
Mm,
now. In a good day, I think I can definitely beat anyone,
mm,
and I think I've proven that because, for example, let's just say in the second recent, for example, I before going to top eight, I was able to beat Entetsu and Evil 46. I
s-
think that's a great accomplishment for a player like me who plays fighting games only a year.
mm,
And it's just the thing that I have to learn more about the matchups. I have to earn more experience. It's all about experience,
yes.
definitely.
Speaking of experience, is there anyone you particularly want to beat? And are there any roadblocks you're currently struggling with in your Tekken journey at the minute?
The only one that I think I'm finding a hard time is definitely Neon K
Mm,
because I don't know his characters a lot. If I really sit and lab both his Anazus and Lydia, Lily that he played last time when we faced each other, I don't think I'm going to have much of a problem because I have already proven that I can beat the best players in the world. Because in my eyes, for example, Kane Trench, his Yoshimitsu is probably the best Yoshi in the world as of now. And I show to everyone that because I know the matchup, I know what to do. And I told him that when I saw him at Evo, I'm going to give you hard time, whatever it takes.
A lot of people have pointed out that you tend to play well with momentum. Is this just you running your offense, running your play, feeling out what's right in the moment? Or are you trying to control the mental stack and make hard reads and adaptations throughout the set?
Look, first of all, when I start the game, if I see that my opponent is afraid of the mix-ups of Lars, of course I'm going to abuse him a lot, a
Mm.
lot. And if I see him that he loses the most important part of the tournament, which is the mental stack, if he loses the mental stack war, let's just say, I think I'm going just to run him down. Also, it's just up to the player. For example, if I play with a player that's more fast paced, of course, I'm going to do whatever, not so much strategy and that type of stuff. Because if I play, for example, with a player which plays more neutral, more strategically, and that type of stuff, of course, I'm going to play more carefully. I'm going to be more careful in terms of how I'm going to proceed with my offense against him.
So this is the last question. Is there anything you
Yeah.
want to prove heading into the next Cryptic Iron Fist?
I want to prove that I'm consistent because it didn't happen to once or twice that I beat great players. It happens consistently. Well, that's what I want to show them, that you know what, I am here, I can beat you, I can prove it to anyone, and I ain't afraid of you.
Well, so there you go. Brilliant.